other useful, energy-given molecule to him, that nobody is capable of making you inferior. Sorry? Without your consent, yes. And you are getting angry, you are getting provoked, you are getting inferior because those things are part of you. I'll give you an example. If it's not part of you, I bring a scenario. If you squeeze orange, what do you get? In the morning, what do you get? Orange juice. If you squeeze orange in the afternoon, what do you get? Orange juice. In the night, what do you get? Can it bring anything out apart from the orange juice? So whatever comes out of you is in you, except to change your mind so that it can help you. What about mango? If you squeeze mango, do you get orange juice? You get mango juice. So I want to advise us strongly that the Bible tells us that you pursue peace with all men. The Bible is not saying pursue peace with some people. And in my studies, I discovered that the master goal of life on this planet Earth, I know as children of God, the first target we have is to make heaven. Is that okay? But why do you wear better clothes? Why do you want to stay in better houses? Why do you want to give birth to children? Why do you want to live a good life? So humanly speaking, the master goal of every human being on this planet Earth, Muslim, Christian, non-Christian, Muslim, and the rest of them, is the peace of mind. Hello? So, and whatever you do and does not give you peace of mind, you get to avoid it. If you don't avoid it, it can actually make you sick. Hello? So what do? We have to now know what we are seeing. We have to now begin to think of how we perceive things. Because what Mr. A is seeing and Mr. B is seeing, same structure, same letter, same words, have different meaning to each and every one of them. So you better change your perception to be a positive perception all the days of your life. Because I wasn't given so much time, I'll now bring in this point. I have been hammering guilt. I've been hammering anger. I've been hammering worries. I've been hammering sadness, as if on themselves they are bad. Who created them? Is it not God? Do you think it's not for a purpose? Hello? You are all referent pastors. You get to your pulpits, you preach the message. What you preach is different from what you do. You go back home and get guilty. What I'm saying, I'm not doing. Wouldn't you be guilty? Hello? And if you are guilty, it's just like taking acid into your system. Your life on the pulpit is different from your real life. And within you, it makes you very guilty. And if you are guilty, it can actually prompt the cortisol release into your system that will mop up the insulin that moderates sugar in your system, that will begin to harden the arteries and veins of your system, that can make you to have hypertension. So, at this point, if you now know that what you are preaching and what you are doing are different things and it's making you guilty, what do? You will now begin to live the life you preach. The guilt will now be removed from you. So guilt on its own is not bad. It checks you. This thing, the life I'm living, is quite different from what I preach. And if you know it's making you guilty and it's making you fall sick and it's destabilizing you, what do? You now begin to live the life that you preach. Begin to live the Bible. Can you now see how we can put this toxic emotion to our use? It will be controlling you. I'll give an example, a life example of what happened in Benue recently. A woman who killed the husband, 3 children, and herself. Did you hear the story? When the husband came, in the case of infidelity, the husband went drinking, always get drunk, and the wife got perceived. The short and long story is that the woman killed her 3 children, killed her husband, killed herself. So something must be pushing this woman to do this. If anybody knew that I have committed fornication, what they call it, fornication or adultery, I will be shameful. Why have I even done this? Is guilty. People are talking to her, she's bitter. One toxic emotion leading to other, and before you have a bandful of them, it can actually make you sicker and sicker. So at the point the woman was going to do this, if she was aware of guilt, of this bitterness, of this shame, that would have stopped him, from doing what he did. Even the husband that died in this process, the Bible tells us the condition that we can even divorce a wife. If the husband had divorced the wife as a result of infidelity, biblically he would be right. Is it not? He wouldn't have gone into drinking and smoking and doing all of this, that the wife would become aware and kill him and kill these 3 children. That brings me to a point that we need to note this afternoon. Choice point. Choice point. The point you have to make a choice of whether the anger is necessary, the bitterness is necessary, the worry is necessary, or not. If I must bring my point home by this lady that killed the children, husband, and herself, at the point she was making the choice to go and commit adultery. At that point, choice point, the point is making a choice. Going to commit adultery. She could go to the left or right. You weigh what you're going to do. You weigh what you're going to feel. So that you make a choice. If the woman had, how many minutes? 10 minutes remain. Thank you very much. I still have so much time. At that point, the woman is making that choice of, I'm going to commit this fornication, and made up her mind that I'm going to be guilty at the end of the day. Shame will be my portion at the end of the day. If very many people become aware of this, it will definitely affect me. She would have made a choice of not doing it. So the point you are going to do anything that is going to put you into the situation that will make you to be bitter, angry, fearful, worried, sorry for yourself. You at that choice point, you can take a decision. What am I trying to say here? Whatever you want to do in life, weigh the pros and cons before you get it done. I will not go without mentioning other ailments, something like cancer. If we hear that somebody has developed cancer cells, tumor in our system, it's as if death sentence is being passed on that person. I think that's how we feel. Do you know that fear, anger, bitterness can actually cause us, you and I, to develop cancer? As we are seated here, the cancer cells are prompting up in our system. But because we have body defense, immunity, to handle them, by the time cancer cell is turning to tumor, the killer cells of the immune system deal with it. As soon as it's coming up, the killer cells of the immune system deal with it. But if you cannot manage your bitterness, if you cannot manage your anger, if you cannot manage your fears, you cannot manage your guilt, this hormone I called cortisol will be fully secreted into your system that will mop up the killer cells of the immune system that deals with cancer cells. So if the killer cells developed by your immune system are in short supply, what happens? The tumors will now begin to grow. And somebody can develop cancer at whatever level. I don't know, time very short, but let me explain again. We have immunity that has cells they call killer cells. These killer cells are just like the guns we have in our system. If the cancer cells are developing in us, in you and I, which is happening now, the killer cells of your immune system stop them from moving, from forming cancer cells. That is why you and I don't have cancer today. But if you don't manage your feelings very well, and the cortisol mop up the killer cells of the immune system, there will be there won't be much killer cells that will fight as an agent of your immune system to deal with the cancer cells. It will be in short supply. So if your cancer tumor is developing faster than the killer cells of the immune system, will develop cancer. So looking at all of this, why don't we make up our mind today to begin to look healthy by thinking right? I was reading Vincent Norman or somebody recently. He said the problem we have on this planet Earth, not only in Nigeria, is that man has refused to think. We are no more thinking. And if you relate it to the Bible tells us that you become what you think. Whatever a man thinks in his heart, that's what he becomes. So if any moment of your life, what you are thinking of is worry, 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 money, 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 poverty, 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 whatever you pay attention on grows. So whatever you fear is what you get. So why don't you now make up your mind to think right, to think good, to leave angers alone, or put them into proper use. One man told me that if you really want to deal with poverty, and you really want to make so much money, some people will go to MBA, go to do masters in business administration. Say for you to go and do that is too long. Get angry. Get angry at poverty. You will find a way to begin to make the money, and poverty will leave you. So anger has a positive effect. If you are not angry about poverty, you will not make money. If you are not angry about illiteracy, you won't go to school. If you are not angry about homelessness, you won't think of building a house. If you are not angry about your thirst, you won't look for water to drink. So you can now see anger can actually be put into a positive use. So with short time on my hands, I know that today our leaders of the church, our reverend ministers, will...
It means you must have written your name. But by chance you didn't write, then you can write. So it's mainly for the delegates. Please can somebody pick this and circulate for me? Can we have one or two people? Is the youth fellowship there? We have from page 13 to 21. Just let them write their names. The second thing is that we have letter for Warri Township Superintendency. I strongly believe that the superintendent has not abandoned the chairman and left. So you should come forward and collect the letter. We'll go straight to the program.
That such address be recommended to conference for acceptance. Do we